Leadership races can be bruising affairs. This one has been especially nasty.
You cannot make laws and break laws and then say I will make laws for other people.
Mr. Pierre Poilievre has ran from the media the last few days because he doesn't want to declare whether he's pro-life or pro-choice.
The average trucker has more integrity in his pinky finger than you had in your entire scandal-plagued Liberal cabinet.
Every time I hear a Conservative talk about some conspiracy theory, I realize that there's another group of swing voters in the GTA that just are not going to come our way.
And those were attacks from just one debate. Yes, the candidates put forward their policies and their positive sides over the last 6 months.
You can be sure that I will always say what I believe and do what I believe is right.
I will never put my career advancement above defending your rights.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember, you're looking at the candidate and you're looking at the campaign that's built to win.
But easy street leads to a dead end, and hard roads lead to the best destinations.
But on stage and on social media, an abrasive tone targeted foes both inside and outside the party.
For a candidate in a leadership race not to participate in the debate is like a fish who says he doesn't want to swim in the ocean.
Why so much ill will? Perhaps because so much is at stake. After 7 years in opposition, 3 lost federal elections, 2 other leadership races, a pandemic and a convoy, this contest is not just about how Conservatives return to power, but what the Conservative Party of Canada stands for. The acknowledged frontrunner Pierre Poilievre promises he will help Canadians take back control from the elites and so-called gatekeepers inhibiting their prosperity and freedom. From the housing market to carbon pricing to online regulation.
That's why I'm running for Prime Minister, to put you back in charge of your life. Together, we will make Canadians the freest people on earth.
He also targeted vaccine mandates and the World Economic Forum, touted cryptocurrency as an alternative to inflation, and pledged to fire the Bank of Canada governor.
The Bank of Canada governor has allowed himself to become the ATM machine of this government. And so I would replace him with a new governor.
At 43, Poilievre has been an MP for 18 years. His message produced enthusiastic crowds, a massive fundraising lead, a big advantage within the Conservative caucus, and a notable endorsement from an old boss.
He's proposing answers rooted in sound Conservative ideas, but ones adapted for today's realities. That's why he has the strong support of our caucus and our existing membership, and why he is bringing the most new members and a new generation into our party. That's how we win the next federal election.
Jean Charest, Poilievre's main rival, warned Conservative members that winning an election required his track record and appeal to millions of orphan voters in the political center. The former federal PC leader and Quebec premier pushing responsibility and consensus.
I've led caucuses federally. I've done it in a province, and I've done it successfully. I have a track record of uniting.
Poilievre slammed Charest for his past work with Huawei. Charest slammed Poilievre for supporting the Freedom Convoy, while Leslyn Lewis said Poilievre didn't go far enough.
You did not speak up until it was convenient.
Actually, that is not true, Madam Lewis.
You did not even go to the trucker protest.
Lockdown critic Roman Baber spoke of principled conservatism and threats to democracy. And Scott Aitchison pleaded for a less divisive approach.
A Canada where we respect each other, roll up our sleeves, and we get the job done.
Patrick Brown highlighted his resonance with New Canadians and suburban voters before being disqualified over allegations of financial wrongdoing.
Unfortunately, the Conservative Party did not want to have a free and fair election. They did not want to have a democratic election.
Brown stopped short of an endorsement, but signaled that Charest and Aitchison shared similar values. And both were on hand for one last debate in August to make their case to party members.
I can win a majority government. And that's what we need.
My campaign for the leadership of the Conservative Party has been about ideas, offering real solutions to the problems that Canadians face every day.
Poilievre skipped that debate, saying his focus was getting out the vote from the 312,000 members his campaign claimed to have signed up, nearly half of the record 679,000 Conservatives eligible to choose the new leader.
Instead of being here with all of you in Saskatchewan, I could have been cooped up in a little hotel room around a small table
listening to a defeated Liberal premier drone on about his latest carbon tax idea.
At heart, this race was no different from other leadership contests, a question of numbers. Who could sell memberships and then rally the most conservative voters in the most ridings? The new leader's central task will be appealing to a wider group of Canadians. If the Liberal NDP agreement holds, there won't be a federal election until 2025. By then, the Liberals will have been in power for 10 years, the typical shelf life for Canadian governments in recent decades. And a new Conservative leader will have been building the case for change when that election does come. Will that leader seek to consolidate right-wing support or make a pitch to moderate voters? Highlight populism or pragmatism? The leadership race has produced months of bitter infighting. Now, as the party chooses its next leader and seeks to define what it stands for, will Canadian voters see a government in waiting or a party divided? For CPAC, I'm Andrew Thomson.